Hey everybody, so today we're going to take a look at the AutoMorphin Mighty Morphin Power Rangers figures by Playmates. I personally was not excited when I found out about these. Even after we saw the pictures, I still was not totally sold on these figures. I was a huge fan of the Lightning collection while they're still going, and then most of my collection is made up of the Lightning collection. I have a lot of Super 7, and then I have a couple Legacy collection figures. But I do love Power Rangers, so I was like, hey, I don't have any AutoMorphin figures. I don't have the ones from back in the day. Let me pick these up. They'll be my only set of AutoMorphin figures. It's only $10. It'd be way cheaper than if I went on eBay and bought the ones from a long time ago. So when I heard that they were at Walmart, I was pretty excited. I can go pick them up and then see what all the hubbub is about, and then whether or not I would like it. So here they are. And truth be told, when I started opening the packages and looking at them closely, even when I was at Walmart and I saw them, I was like, hold up, they look pretty good. I like them. So just a quick video, we're going to take a look at them. The packaging does look really nice. It has the old school vibe that the Power Rangers figures had back in the day, with like the green coloring and the yellow. The best part is that it is see-through. Though I know they're AutoMorphin figures and they have like a little try me opening on the box, I was not excited about that. I'd rather have it all sealed off completely. I know that it's AutoMorphin. Why do I need a little try me opening on the package? But I did like that it was plastic and you can see through it. I really did not like what they did at the end of the Lightning collection, where they went without the plastic and it was just all cardboard. But you can see everything in there. So the Rangers all come with their blade blasters. You have the firing weapon version, and then you have the sword weapon version, but there is no version for when it's in the holster. Although, I guess if you bought a couple of them and then you broke off the piece of the sword, then you would be able to have some versions that are only holstered versions, because in the blade form, this is all you got to take off, and then you'd have just like the regular basic holster version. But they do look nice, and I just knocked over Tommy. Jeez. Alright, so then, yeah, let's put this down. Let's pick Tommy back up. So they all come with their signature weapon, the firing version of the blade blaster, or the blaster version of the blade blaster. You have the blade version of the blade blaster, but you don't have a holster version of the blade blaster. But I really do like the weapons, and I like the figures. I like how they feel. They're very soft, but they're very firm at the same time. Now, Tommy is the one, well, of course, he's a Green Ranger. It's Tommy. It's Jason David Frank. But the other figures look just as great. The only thing is that they have the same exact body molds for all of them. So blue, red, black, all look exactly the same. The only one that's different, well, the girls, they're going to be different, but Tommy has the dragon shield, and I really like what they did. So when I was going to put the blade blaster in here, I was like, oh wait, how am I going to do that if the dragon shield's in the way? But luckily, the dragon shield moves, so you get a little bit more articulation than if you didn't. So if, let's say, the arm was stuck underneath here, you wouldn't be able to move this up, but thankfully, you are able to move it up. You can move it up a whole 360 degrees. I mean, I'm only going to put it up 180, but yeah, whole 360 degrees. Look at that. It's all the way up. Now let me move it down. Now it's stuck. Well, there you go. It doesn't get stuck like in a way where you feel that it's going to break. It was just stuck. It's hard to move, which isn't so bad. That way you can pose it, keep it in any way that you want. Keep it in any pose that you want. I like the weapons, so you can see the dragon dagger fits in his hand, even with the little buttons for when he uses it as a flute, but it fits perfectly in his hand. It's got a nice golden color that matches the dragon shield, and then there's a weapon color on it, like steel, metal. The morphers look really good. So there was an attempt to imprint their power coins onto it. So here you can see very, very closely that there's a small attempt at adding the dragon coin. There's also some like messed up paint coloring here. That's okay. And then bam, Green Ranger. Now he's stuck. Let me help him out. Tommy. Stuck again. Tommy. Let's see if we can get a Green Ranger. Tommy again. There we go, Green Ranger. But let's see. These are only $10 toys. They're pretty nice. I've never had an AutoMorphin figure as an adult, I guess. I probably had one as a child. I don't remember. I was a little kid. But the dragon shield looks nice. The head looks tiny. The body looks really big. The torso looks huge. The legs look normal. They look pretty normal. If you look at, let's look at Tommy's son here. The legs are shorter than the Lightning Collection, but they look about the same width, I guess, and depth. So the legs look like they go on a shorter version of the Lightning Collection. And then the arms, so there's not a lot of articulation. There is this elbow joint. So you get to move that around. You get to move the hand, twist the hand. And then there's the switch for when you're gonna switch them between head or helmet. But I love it. It looks really nice. I am really glad that I picked these up, and it was only $10. I don't know what these will go for on eBay in the future. So it will probably end up being the same as what happened with the Lightning Collection, you know, especially Tommy figures. Oh my gosh. Tommy figures cost like, what, $100 depending on what it is. So you can get like a Zeo for $30, or you can get a Tommy for $100, or you can get the Dino Ranger, Black Dino Thunder Ranger for $50, $100 for the White Ninjetti Ranger. Yeah, I don't remember all the prices. Lord Draken for $35, which would still be more than the original price of when the figure was released. But anyways, let's look at Blue Ranger. Blue Ranger has his weapon, and it's really cool that you can actually separate it, because Billy is able to separate his staff, and then you can combine it. And so you can do that. And then let's see his power coin. You can't really tell that that's a Triceratops. Let's see how many times we can get this. Ooh, look at that. Billy. That's Billy's face right there. Looks good. And bam. That was easy. Looks like I lucked out on the Blue Ranger. This one works. Alright, let's go with helmet mode. No, his foot's wrong. Oh, his feet. So the feet look good. There's, what is this? A knee joint. So you can bend the knee, but you'd never want to bend the knee. And then there's like a pivot to his leg here. I think you can pivot it like a full 180 degrees. Look at that. Can it keep going? No. So a little bit more than 180. This is very pliable. It's soft, but it's firm. So I really like it. These figures feel really nice too. And then you got his foot. You can move the foot sideways. You can't move the foot up and down. Like he can't point with his toes or anything. And then let me put this. Sometimes I was having trouble with the legs because they look kind of funny if you don't have them in the right. Look, I think his foot is backwards. There you go. So his calves were in the front. But let's move Billy to the side. Let's look at the Red Ranger. Who's going to be playing as a Red Ranger? I will definitely be playing as a Green Ranger tomorrow. But there's a Red Ranger Cup today. Also Pink Ranger Cup. And I'm excited for that. Fortnite is doing something for the fans. Power Rangers is doing something for the fans. And I will definitely be on there tomorrow. I think the Red Ranger Cup starts at 6 p.m. today. I will try to be there, but I also have something to do at 7 o'clock, so who knows. And I have to study for my CPA, by the way. So, oh, I think his arm is back. Is backwards. Okay, there we go. Same thing as Blue Ranger. I really like the bright red coloring. I like the colors that they chose for these. They look really good. Again, you got a big torso, little head. Sorry, my dog's barking. Sorry about that. My wife came home, so the dog started going crazy. But anyways, as we were saying, I'm excited to play as a Red Ranger tonight. But let's continue looking at the figure. So this power coin actually does not look anything like the T-Rex. Looks like maybe a plus sign. But let's check the AutoMorphin. Feature. Took me a second to come up with the word. Looks pretty good. There's some bad paint application on his hair, but it's whatever. $10 figure. And then there's the sword. So the sword, I think that Billy's maybe looks better in terms of how much detail they put on it, because it's just blue and you got the blades that are silver, and the sword, same thing, silver, but then so where he holds it is all red. No other details, but I'm glad that at least it has a different color. I don't know if you remember from my Super 7 or if you watched my Super 7 retro metallic Power Ranger review, and those figures don't even have any paint applications on any of the weapons. It's just all silver. But here, yeah, we got a little bit of paint application. It doesn't look too bad. And then the AutoMorphin feature works really good. Alright, hold up. We have to redeem Tommy's AutoMorphin figure. Let's check this out. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oof. Alright. So we did pretty good. I'm gonna count that as a win. So bam. Fell again. Jeez, that's terrible. Alright. Let's put it back up. There we go. Now we got Zach. Bam. Why is he looking sideways? Do you guys see that? So this is him if his face is looking straight ahead. And this doesn't turn. So his face is sideways. This helmet is facing forward. But when he takes the helmet off, he's sideways. He's looking sideways. But I like his axe. The axe looks cool. Check that out. So, not a lot of paint application, but oh, huh? I had to notice that. Interesting. Is that only Zach? Yep, doesn't look like the Red Ranger does that, or the Blue Ranger. What about Tommy? Bam! Just threw Jason down. All right. Stand up, Jason. Alright, so what about this hand? Same thing. Very loose hands. Again, the Morphin looks good besides the power coin. I just don't. Well, it looks better on Tommy. This doesn't look good for a power coin. It does not look like a Mastodon at all. And then everything else looks really good. Boom, 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 boom. Perfect. Just these hands are very loose. And then yeah, the axe looks really nice. I like that it's all black with like the yellow stripes. I don't remember if this is silver. That I remember. I would imagine it is. So they didn't make the blade portion of it silver. Just made it all black with the yellow paint application. It's not bad. I feel like no, it's working now. It's working good. Oh, the paint application on the helmets. So Billy's actually looks pretty good. You got a little bit of silver on the horns for the Triceratops, and then you got some silver outline of the teeth on Jason, but Adam only has the tusks of the Mastodon, and nothing up here. So his kinda is lacking. On the Green Ranger, they gave everything. They got the teeth of the dragon. No, not freaking again. Jeez. Alright, so we'll pick up his son afterwards. But you got the paint application of the teeth of the dragon, and then you got the red gem. It would have looked so weird if he didn't have the red gem. So I'm glad that they put that. Oh, no, he's falling over. Don't fall over. Alright. Well, anyways, I appreciate everybody who watched. Hope you enjoyed it. I really like the AutoMorphin figures. Let me know. What do you think? You think they're worth $10? A Lightning Collection figure came at the price of $24, but it was very well articulated, and the details on the morphers were pretty good. I will admit, like, sometimes you could get one that wasn't great, but sometimes they were amazing. And then they had paint applications on their weapons, and the weapons look really nice. As you can see, there's the Psycho Rangers in the back right there. There's Bridge or Tommy's son, don't remember his name, but that was $25, so about twice the price of these. These cost me like $12, but you're supposed to be $10, I think. And then, well, yeah, I still picked them up at Walmart. I don't know why I rung up as $12, and then I didn't feel like going to tell them like, hey, this is $10 on a little tag. And then yeah, so you get weapons pretty good. I think on some of the Lightning Collection figures you get really cheap weapons, not like cheaply made, but sometimes you get their signature weapon and their regular weapons like the Blade Blaster, and then sometimes you would get only those regular weapons like the Blade Blaster, no signature weapon, or you would get random weapons. I think some of the last Galaxy Power Rangers have the cannons for some reason instead of their sword, which was a huge part of the show or the season. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And I hope you have the great rest of your day. See y'all.